The hands that give life its worth. With every step, they break new ground. Harvesting hope from all around. Through every season, through highs and lows. The untold journey, the heroes grow. Harvest heroes, rising strong. Building tomorrow all day long.
Hello guys, hello. Welcome to this new episode of Harvest Hero Podcast. This is actually our very first episode with our very first guest. Guys, I wanted to be the first guest of my own episode, but we have special people that have to be the first guest of our episode. And today we have an amazing pleasure to have a coach from Uganda. That is Coach Fred. Coach Fred, welcome. It's such a pleasure to have you. Can you we will start it's all about asking questions to our coach, and he has to respond to all our questions, guys. This is the opportunity. If you have any question after this podcast, make sure you write it on the comment section, and we will surely invite our coach back to share with us. So Coach Fred, welcome on board.
Thank you very much, Susie. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Fred, also known as Coach Fred Uganda. I'm from the central part of Uganda. I'm a business, life, and marketing skills trainer, and I'm a marketeer working with a number of companies as a marketing partner. I'm an MC, I'm a translator, I'm an interpreter, I'm a moderator, and I'm so glad to be here this evening to share some experience with the world. Really, Susie, thank you very much for hosting me.
Thank you so much, Mr. Fred, for being on board. It's a pleasure to have you. So, guys, we'll not waste time and go directly in our question and answer session. This is it. Our first question we have for you, Coach Fred, today is: can you share with us about your background and how you got started in the field as a coach?
Thank you very much, Susie. Basically, I grew up from the central part of Uganda. Uganda is made up of a number of regions, but the region where I come from is the biggest one. It is called the Buganda Kingdom, and I grew up in a district where basically HIV originated, and it claimed thousands and thousands of people's lives, including my own father. And I grew up under the supervision of my grandmother in a village called Kajaguzo, together with my sister. And this is the village that gave me a crazy experience of what poverty is. This is the village where we did not have power, and even up to now, power has never reached there. This is the village where we could walk 3 to 4 miles to fetch water. This is the village where we could go to the forest every evening from school to go and fetch firewood to bring it home and be able to cook food. So we entirely depended on subsistence farming with my grandmother, and this is how we survive. Imagine there are so many families that were living almost the same lifestyle as us. My grandmother did not have a job, but she was depending on subsistence, growing food for home and a little bit of it for sale so that we can have salt and paraffin in order to have light at night. And this kind of experience was a lesson, was a teacher for me to learn about poverty and to learn how we can work very hard to eradicate this. So when I went to school by God's mercy, because I was supported by people of good heart until when I completed my degree. I was sponsored by an American family. Unfortunately, we have just lost my sponsor, Uncle Bob. He died last month, and we buried him. That was so sad, because he opened up the world to me, but at least he opened up, and I was in position to get in touch with his family in Colorado. Up to now, they are there, and I'm in touch with them. So they have worked very hard to change my life. And now, as a result of being experienced, coming from a poor background and seeing so many young people, families headed by children when the parents are gone of HIV, I've gotten enough energy, a strong gear to work very hard and change the lifestyle of my community. This has been so good for me to learn and work very hard to finish school, get what to do, raise money in order to give back to my community. Of course, I don't have enough money to give to the community to uplift their lives, but what I have is the only weapon I can give to the community, knowledge that I have fetched from school, because my community needs me to use my knowledge to give it back to the community and solve a number of problems. So as a coach, I'm doing what I can in order to create a self-reliant lifestyle of young people in my communities, to create an entrepreneurial mindset within the lives of the young people, so that our communities can indeed be uplifted. Imagine we could have meat on only Christmas. Only Christmas. If not Christmas, no meat. So the rest of the time we could not access any money to buy meat. But at least I want to work very hard and teach people how to work, how to start small income generating projects and be able to change the lifestyle, to live a life of no beggars, but a life of self-reliancy. So that is what I'm doing as a coach, is to work on the mindset, is to teach people how to start income generating projects and be able to uplift their lives.
Thank you so much, Coach Fred, for the amazing work you're doing in coaching. Our second question is, what inspired you to pursue a career in coach as a coach?
Yeah, definitely. As a coach, what inspired me is the fact that I came from that poor background. That one inspired me a lot. I wanted to break the myth that people who are coming from poor background can never be successful. I must be successful, and not only me. I must work hard to make sure that even the community where I come from, I have people whose mindsets have been changed in order to break that myth that poor background people cannot be successful. So I want to have a forest of young people who are successful through my coaching
That is
business.
so amazing. A forest of successful people, no matter where you come from, no matter
Yeah.
your background. Thank you for that input. And I think that is what keeps you motivated day by day, that objective of having a forest of leaders. Our next question is, what was one of your biggest challenge you faced on the beginning of this journey as a coach?
Perfect. The first challenge that I faced was within my own mind, because when I looked at most of the international coaches, I thought they are earning a lot of money out of the industry of coaching. And my hopes were so high that I'm going to make a lot of money. I thought companies are going to invite me, organizations are going to invite me, and they pay me dollars and dollars of money to offer my training sessions, to offer my coaching sessions, only to identify that coaching is simply a service passionately done by an individual, but then money comes after. And especially in Africa, coaching cannot be considered as a job. There are very few people who consider hiring coaches to talk to their workers. Very few families consider hiring coaches into their families to talk to their children. People have associations, but they don't see the relevancy of hiring a coach to come and empower their people. So that is one of the biggest challenges that I faced as coach. But I'm strong that this is a service above self. This is a service that I'm offering voluntarily, but I know with time, people will start to observe the value of knowledge and they will pay for it.
Thank you so much for answering that question. Definitely, knowledge is so important. That is what shapes us all, and it's very important. And companies are definitely starting to see that and hiring coach to be able to train their employers and going on. That is so amazing. Our next question is: who has been your most influential in shaping your future?
Perfect. Danlock is a Korean motivational speaker. I always watch him every day, and he has really influenced me so much. And there is someone called Carol, the CEO Young Entrepreneurship Alliance. She's also one of the best coaches that is inspiring me. And Susie, also, you are actually doing a great job to inspire me as a coach. And I'm becoming international because of you three great people.
Thank you. Thank you. It's such a pleasure always to talk with you, Coach Fred. It is always a pleasure. Our next question is, what is what piece of advice do you wish you had when you started your field as a coach?
Yeah, definitely the piece of advice that I missed. Um, it is, I wish I started as a coach, but the piece of advice that I missed was that I had so many things on my head that I wanted to do, but they were all aiming at changing my community. And I ended up doing courses that are not matching with my coaching profession. For example, I did education, and I did education in computer, I did education in economics, and so many other stuff. But I wish I was given an advice to train as a coach right away from the beginning. By now I would be one of the international coaches. So I knew it late because I was not advised before.
Thank you. Thank you so much for that answer. That is a real answer because, and most of the times, we discover our purpose very late and we don't have time to go back to do the training again. Guys, that is why we have a school of purpose and coaches like Coach Fred to help us discover our purpose at a young age and carry it to the nation because our purpose is there to serve the nation. Thank you so much for answering that question. And I think a lot of people will actually learn from this interview. Our next question is, what has been your proudest moment or biggest accomplishment so far?
Thank you very much. The very first day I was invited by Siova Seeds Uganda to offer a training in sales and marketing. This is one of the greatest days because I had one of the biggest audience and I was the chief coach. I was the chief coach in sales and marketing. I met over 135 trainees, and this was wonderful. Everyone was waiting to see Coach Fred Uganda, and this is the very first time I trained. This is the very first time I trained for 1 million Ugandan shilling in 2 hours. That was so crazy because early in the morning I received a call from the COO, Chief Operations Officer, he oversees Uganda, was like, Coach Fred Uganda, we want a trainer who can talk to our marketing team, and I think you are the one. You come. Then I went there very fast, presented myself, and the COO was like, you are the right people. You are the right person that we need. And I was given that contract for 1 day, which I performed very well. And up to now, Silver Seats, they are my partners. I offer the marketing services to them as a result of that. So that was so good. Then the other thing, the accomplishment that makes me so proud is that I've already registered my company as Freema, so that all this kind of coaching business is done under my own company. It has been registered. Then secondly, the other achievement in my life is that I was able to complete school even when I was coming from a poor background. And the other most interesting one was like a man from a poor background flew from Uganda to the United States 2 times to Colorado. So my very first day on an aeroplane, I was like dreaming. It cannot happen. A man from a village with no electricity, a man from a village with no water, a man who used to walk 6 miles from home to school, from school to home. I tell you something funny. This is very interesting, Susie.
Tell us, tell us.
I used to have one book. I used to have one book at school. And we used to do, like in my primary levels, we used to do mathematics, science, English, and social studies. And I could write in one book. Now, when the mathematics teacher is asking for books for marking, I could not give in my book because I was fearing when the English teacher comes in, where will I write? But I was in position to pass very well on my primary levels, secondary levels, up to the university. Imagine that background. So my accomplishment of education is a great, great achievement because I went through some hard situation in order to succeed in my education.
Wow, that is so inspiring. That is so successful. Guys, after listening to this podcast, nothing should ever stop you. You don't have any reason to become a failure because you can be a success in that field, in that space where you are. Thank you so much for sharing. This is just amazing. Our next question is, can you please describe a pivotal moment in your life that made you notice that, oh, I really want to be a coach, or this is the field I want to go to?
Thank you very much. Most of the young people in Africa, they come out of the university, they come out of colleges, they come out of institutions with a paper in the form of a certificate, and they even graduate. They even put on a gown and a cape and they celebrate. They eat a lot of food for that they have completed school. They have graduated. But The challenge is that they cannot turn the degree, the diploma, or the certificate received into a job. All of them, they end up using this paper. They keep that paper under the bed and they fly to Arab countries looking for jobs. They go to the government looking to be employed. They start moving around the city with their papers looking to be employed, which employment is not there. Now, I felt there was a missing link. If there is a man like me, a youth like me who can stand and add a value to these young people and teach them, awaken their entrepreneurship skills, that would be very good. Because what I teach the young people is that there are three ways of making money. One, by looking for a job. Two, by observing what their skill is. Some of them, they have natural talents like dancing, singing, athletics, and so many others. So you can make money using your own talent. And then the other one is starting a small income generating project that even when you have very little amount of money, you can be able to start at least a small job. I was giving an example on one of the televisions, Star TV Uganda. I was giving an example of what kind of business one can start with only 50,000 Ugandan shilling, which is equivalent to $15. One can start a business with as little as $15, which is 50,000 Ugandan shilling. Just a Jewish business. Someone who can go and buy passion fruits for $2, oranges for $1. Then you buy a gel can, a 5-liter gel can, you buy water, you buy charcoal, boil it, buy a kilogram of sugar, then prepare that juice, get disposable glasses, walk around and make money. So those kind of skills, they are very, very important. And I felt like really this is where Coach Fred Uganda is going to be relevant, giving a skill that is not given to these young people from the school. So this is what I'm doing. I'm giving life skills in terms of communication skills, because even when you are professional, but as long as you are poor communicator, business won't be okay. Time management skills, I give them out. Young people in Africa, they have degrees, but they are poor managers. You give them an appointment to come at 9, they want to come at 10:30, or they want to come very early in the morning. So they are poor time managers. Emotional intelligence, problem solving techniques, behavior change, all of those skills, customer care, all of those skills are not taught in schools, but they are needed to this young person who has graduated, and they can use these very skills to go ahead and be able to make some good lifestyle.
Thank you so much, Coach Fred, for all those. These are very important because a lot of youth actually go out from school and never use their degree, and this is helping us. Thank you. Our next question is, how do you stay ahead in trend in the coaching field? You know, you always have to be ahead. How do you stay ahead and stay relevant?
Thank you very much. Thank you very, very much. One, in my three segments, that is business, life, and marketing skills, those are the segments that I'm putting on much of my emphasis, because I'm seeing a lot of future in those, that when I strengthen myself in those areas, thousands and thousands of young people are going to be impacted. And the kind of strength that I'm seeing is that I'm no longer coaching only Ugandans, but I'm becoming international. I'm getting international. Organizations like Young Entrepreneurship Alliance, YEA, they are now inviting me and they live me now. Like in this October, I'm going to be a co-facilitator on Young Entrepreneurship Alliance. You see, now I'm getting global. So where am I seeing myself in a nearby future? I think I'm going to be one of the greatest coaches in the whole world, and that is my dream, touching on hearts of thousands and thousands and thousands of young people. That is where I'm seeing myself.
That is just so amazing. And that is where the whole community is seeing you too. And our next question is, what are some of the common misconceptions people have about you or the work you do?
Yeah, sometimes people think I'm wasting time and I'm wasting data. I'm always on the internet, and they think I'll not get money out of what I'm doing, because especially here in Uganda, people don't want to pay for such services. So very many young people think it's a wastage of time. Secondly, changing someone's mindset is very complicated. We are living in an era where young people are spending much of their times on social media, and they are doing a lot of abusing people. They are doing a lot of showing their nudes. They are doing a lot of dubious things. Now, when they are seeing someone on social media trying to teach people, they feel like they want to kick you away. They keep abusing you. They keep disrespecting you. They make funny comments. And sometimes, like on my TikTok, they normally report my accounts, only that sometimes, since I'm doing my work in English and it is professional, you find that when they try to assess any report that is done, they feel like my account is very safe. So those are some of the challenges I normally face. Those are some of the misconceptions that I normally meet on my job as a coach. And the other thing is that definitely, due to the high level of technology, there are things that we need. For example, if I can have a podcast like Susie's here in Uganda, that would be so good, because it could make me international, and it could actually make me be able to reach, because I cannot have the capacity to physically meet everyone in Nigeria, in Ghana, in South Africa, and where. But when I can sit home and have my podcast, I can be able to reach thousands and thousands of young people. For example, next month I will be in a district called Kamwenge, a meeting of 500 farmers. And that one I can stretch myself and get there. But how about if young people in Nigeria are looking for Coach Fred Uganda? It would be very expensive for me to fly there. But if I can base here and be in a position to touch on so many people's hearts from a distance. Yep.
That is so amazing. And definitely everybody can do a podcast, guys. You can do it. You can try it. And we always have support from us to help you, Coach Fred, whatever you want to do. Make sure you include it, and we will love to help you in that part. Our next question, I think you answered the next and the
Thank
last question. That was, where do you see yourself? What is next on your journey? I think you answered it again. What is next in
you.
your
Wow.
journey? What are you working
Thank
on?
you
What are
very
you
much.
excited about?
Thank you very much. I believe, with the support of God, as a believer, with the support of God, my dream, my vision must come to the reality, because I survived so many scenarios to reach where I am, and I think I still have a long way to go. I know where I am and I know where I'm heading. So my vision is very clear. So I have to translate my vision into reality. Now, my vision is very clear. I want to empower young people in Africa, in the world, with business, life, and marketing skills. And I'm not doing any other thing apart from doing this. I'm dreaming it. In the morning, I wake up, want to do it. In the evening, it's the same thing. So consistently, I think I'll be who I want to be. And most importantly, I want to be an instrument of change, especially in the lives of young entrepreneurs. You know, very many people here, thousands and thousands of Africans are living on less than $1 in a day. Can you imagine? So the amount of money that people are making is not enough is not enough to cater for their expenses. So very many people don't have money management problems, but they have money making problems, because the amount of money they have isn't enough to cover their expenses. They are making very little money. When it comes to employment opportunities, jobs are there, but they are paying very little. Some jobs are there, but people are not paid. Some jobs are there, but people are not paid on time. Therefore, very many people in Africa, they have money-making problems. And this is where I want to touch. I want to make sure that at least young people are encouraged to go into practical hands-on skills like hairdressing, fashion and designing, catering, plumbing, electrical installation, and so many of those. There is an organization that was teaching young people how to do sanitary pads for women, the
Wow.
reusable sanitary pad. That is
Wow.
beautiful and wonderful. If such young people can go into such things, because women need these sanitary towels on a monthly basis, meaning that we have a ready market. But very many young people want to work in bars where they get early pregnancies, where they get HIV. They don't want to go into such skills. Very many young people are dreaming of running out of their countries to go to Arab countries to work as maids, ignoring these kind of practical activities. I want to be able to encourage people to embrace agriculture because it has gotten thousands and thousands of opportunities. We have 3 stages of agriculture: primary stage, secondary stage, tertiary stage. So all of those have thousands and thousands of opportunities. If young people are empowered very well, it is not all about getting a hoe to go to the garden, but you can transform what has been grown by the farmers and make juice out of it and sell the juice.
Exactly.
I have a friend of mine, he's doing spices, but he buys ginger, he buys he buys cloves, cinnamon, and so many other stuff, and he makes them into powder, and he sells that and makes a lot of money. So how about if a bunch of African young people is taking that line of transforming raw materials into a useful good? What if you start packing juice? What if you start making spices? What if you start making reusable sanitary towels? What if you, let me give you a simple example. Every day people are using tissues, toilet tissues. What if some young people are taught such skills on how to make toilet tissues? They'll make a lot of money because the ready market is there. Therefore, I want to empower young people to look at the opportunities we have on the table, embrace them, take action, and grow rich.
Wow. Take action and grow rich. That is what we want for every young person. Take action and grow rich.
Yep.
Thank you so much, Mr. Fred, for this amazing, Coach Fred, for this amazing interview. Guys, I've learned so much from this interview. I hope you too. Please, guys, like, share, and make sure you invite more people to join us. If you want to be a guest on this podcast, we will love to have you. We have a form down. Please fill the form and join us and share your story like Coach Fred did. That will bless the people and that will make the people empower empower the youth in general. Thank you so much, Coach Fresh. It was amazing to have you on board. And we will tell you till the next episode goodbye. All the details from Coach Fred is in our description. You can contact him. You can have him come into your own organization to coach the youth. It is a way, and he is international. So even if you're no matter your country, you can invite him and he'll be very happy to fly into the country and teach your youth. Amazing, amazing. It's always an amazing opportunity to have coaches like this that are impacting the world in this podcast. He's our first guest and he's opening the floor to many, many more great guests coming. Thank you so much, Coach Fred. It was a pleasure to have you. And we really love having you again. If you put a lot of questions in the comment section, we will have an opportunity to invite him again to answer all these questions. But till then, have a great day and thanks. It was an amazing episode. Thank you all, guys. Goodbye. See you next episode.
They are the heartbeat of the earth, the hands that give life its worth.